I'm about to show you how I personally create videos with my iPhone 11. Yes, iPhone 11. I shoot and I edit everything on iPhone 11. This is an amazing series because in the first part, I spoke about how I shoot with my iPhone 11 and edit on CapCut desktop. But now I'm going to do everything on this phone. I'm going to shoot, I'm going to edit on this phone. No microphone, just my iPhone 11. Natural lights, my simple tripod here, beautiful and amazing. But this time around, I'm not using my laptop. My script is here, all scripted, with my brain, no AI, no ChatGPT. So guys, let's get straight into business. First is my tripod and my lights, which you can see. This is my tripod clicker right here. This is very, very important. So it helps me pause and play or stop and start recording when I'm shooting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to read my script. Once I'm done reading my script, which means I've shot my video on this phone you're seeing right here, you can see. Yeah, shooting on this beautiful phone that I've had for the past 6 years. Yes, bring in your videos, the one you actually want to work with. 1, 2, and 3. Bring it in. Editing a YouTube video on your phone is actually not hard. You just need to have the right idea and actually know what you want to do. So pretty simple. The first thing you need to do is just trim. Cut out the dead spaces, cut out the part of the videos that you actually don't want. It's as simple as that. So what part of the video don't highlight, take out the repetitions, take out everything. Once that one is done, then we'll go to the next level. So I've actually trimmed my video to the way I want it. The video has been trimmed. This is actually the intro for this particular video I'm watching. Trimming and cutting is done. Now, audio. My iPhone 11 camera is actually good, as you can see right now. Even though I'm shooting with the front camera, the back camera is even way better. But that's actually not the problem. The audio is actually where the problem is, because like I said, I don't have a microphone. I'm literally just shooting straight with everything that the iPhone has to offer me. So first things first, I'm actually going to separate my audio from the video. And the reason for that is because I don't want, whenever I apply transitions, in this video, I'm actually not applying transitions. But in instances where I apply transitions, I don't want my transition to also affect my audio. So usually, I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to scroll all the way down. And I'm going to look for separate or extract audio. You can see, yeah, extract audio. So I'm going to extract the audio. Done for this. I'll do it for everything. I'm going to bring out the audio for all my videos. Okay, so I've actually extracted my audio, as you can see down here. Now, isolate voice. What does that mean? It literally just removes everything that is not human voice. Dog barking, car passing, tires squeaking, whatever, anything that's not human voice, someone clapping, it takes it all out. So isolate voice, I'm going to apply for everything. Isolate voice, keep voice. I'm about to show you how I personally create videos with my iPhone 11. Still applying, do for this one also. I'm going to do for everything now. So I currently applied isolate voice on all my videos. As you can see, it's currently being applied. Yeah. So every video, the voice has been isolated. So everything, punks, sound, dogs barking, whatever in the background, it has all been taken out. So now I have a very, very clear audio, but it's not perfect yet. Once that is done, the next thing is to actually apply remove noise. So reduce noise. I'm just going to apply right here, then scroll to the next one. Also here. Reduce noise on all the videos. The noise has been taken out. Now, enhance voice. Enhance voice actually makes me feel as if I'm using a professional mic, and actually, I don't know, gives like this really, really nice effect to my audio. This is actually the game changer here. This is actually what takes your audio to the next level, and that's enhance voice. So I'm going to go enhance the voice right now. You can see right here, enhance voice, just right beside isolate voice. Enhance voice. Yes, enhance voice. Turn on, minimize. The same thing on all my videos. On all the audio rather. Enhance voice, apply, minimize, up. You see the before and after the audio. It's like very, very clear once you enhance it. So those are the major things I do that actually give my video a very, very good quality when it comes to audio. Because like I said, I don't have a microphone, so I need to actually do this. So the audio is way, way better than what it actually was in the beginning. So first things first, I trimmed my video. Second thing, I made sure the audio is fixed. For the video, I did it. So the difference is night and day. And yes, once I've done isolate voice, normalize loudness, enhance voice, remove noise, and blah blah blah, whatever I want to do, I make sure I actually apply my background music. Audio is done. I'm just going to add background music before I start doing other things, because a lot of times the music will actually just determine like how other things will go in the video, the pacing and a lot of other things. So I'm just going to look for music to add. I'm just going to put that to the video now. I like going for like commercial music that are free, so you can always check for commercial. And also make sure they're short. Yeah, let's go for this duration, 30 to 30-second video. Okay, so I found the music already. I'm just gonna go to the end and make sure I cut out the part I don't want. One thing I forgot to add to my audio is actually normalize loudness, because I want my volume to be consistent. So yeah, you can do that for your video. Also add normalize loudness just to the end. So yeah, let me just come reduce the volume of this particular one. I'm gonna bring it down to, let's say, minus 10. Because yeah, oh, okay, 11, good. Because I don't want the background music conflicting with my main audio, so I don't want that. So yeah, that's down. And now I'm going to look for normalize loudness here and try and apply that on my actual audio. So my volume is actually consistent across the board. It seems normalized loudness has actually been taken out. It's actually available on my desktop anyways. This is the issue with CapCut. Whenever you just go for an update, you just take things out. But yeah, background music has been added, and that's good enough. So a lot of times when I'm reading my script, you can't actually tell because my eye contact is being corrected. In this particular one, I'm actually just looking straight into the camera. But a lot of times for my short-term content and other YouTube videos, if I'm talking a lot, I'm actually just reading straight from my script. But so right now I'm actually looking at the camera. I'm looking at my screen, but you can't tell because eye contact is being corrected. But I'll actually do a compare and contrast so you can actually see the difference. So yeah, sometimes I'm looking into the camera and sometimes I just look at my screen and fix eye contact in editing. You just click on the video you want and you scroll and you look for eye contact and you see it and you apply it. You can see it right here. It says eye contact. So you just click on eye contact and you apply. You can actually apply to all your videos too anyways. You can just click on apply to all. You can see apply to all. You confirm apply to all. So this is actually very, very good in situations whereby you're not reading directly from your scripts. So you can see, let's say times where you look away or whatever, like with eye contact, you are always looking into the camera. So let's say you're reading from like the script or whatever, like this is absolutely game changer. My eyes are like glued onto the camera with this feature. And now I would actually add spot blur to my video. Yes, I'm shooting with my iPhone 11 and I'm also shooting with my front camera, so I don't have that cinematic blur effect, and this is actually what spot blur is for. Like you can see, my background actually looks very, very clear. For depth of field, if you notice in my videos, the background is usually like blurred out. Mistake, let's go. So let's come to effect. No, let me click on the actual video itself because I want to apply the effect on this particular video, not across board. So effect, and I come to video effect, and I just search. I have it saved already anyways, but I'm just going to search for it. So you can see the name, and it says what, spot blur. You can see SPOT and blur. And yeah, you can see it right now when I apply it. You can see it, yeah. So there's this depth of field to my video, to the background. So I don't need it for this one, but for this particular one, you can see. So the background looks a bit blurred, which I like. So yeah, I really like that. So I have my video effects already applied on this. Then so I'll do this for all the other clips also. Video effects. I come to spot blur and I just apply it. I can always change it anyway and increase or reduce the intensity of it, maybe all the way to 100. But the other part of the video, yeah, I don't need that. I'm fine with just the normal the normal whatever, the default. I think those are the only two parts. Yeah, spot blur here also. Oh yeah, in this part also, yeah, I need it here. I need it in this part of my video. Effect, video effect. I have it saved anyways, so if I just come all the way down here, I would say it. I have it saved. Spot blur, you have it saved down here. This script for this video, so you have it in my video. Yesterday, because it's something I use a lot even for my main videos that I do on my desktop. So yeah, it has that depth of field to my video. The next will be assets, B-rolls or overlays, VFX if I have any, and just add things to make sure I have like more emphasis and improve the focus of my video. Just basically optimizing the video for retention. And I also put keyframes in this category. Yes, if I use any anyways, zoom in, zoom out, just to have transitions for things. The main video itself is done. I'm just going to add one overlay somewhere because occasionally I add overlays to my videos. So I'm just going to come to overlay. And I'm just going to pick this specific video, add overlay. Yeah, this video of my screen. Good. I have the video I want, 12 seconds. So I'm going to put it somewhere in the intro. I'm just going to move this to the side. While I'm speaking here, I'm going to show the screen. Let me go back a bit. Let me make sure it's proper. So yeah, I've added overlay. Maybe in this place I might add a bit of keyframes. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, those are things I use for my videos though. So I can just add a bit of keyframes here. Zoom in a bit. Here. Then towards the end, it zooms out properly. So yeah, just a bit of zoom on my video. So yeah, things like this actually help with like retention, so people keep watching. I would also apply retouch on my skin if I need any. Maybe if my skin is uneven, I used to have like this discoloration on my neck. I don't know if it's visible. So for my video, I can just come, click on it. So I just scroll all the way to retouch. Especially for places where my screen is actually, I'm close to the screen. Yeah, something like this here. So yeah, I just come to retouch. So yeah, retouch is right here. This is retouch right here, retouch. And yeah, face. I already have a preset I use. So I just apply the preset. You can see my face is there. I just apply the presets. So you can see. So yeah, just evens out my face, nothing too much. So yeah, apply to all. Confirm. So yeah, so in case I have like discoloration or whatever, it just evens out. That's the only thing in the retouch. Because if you come all the way, so you can see even, that's the only thing I apply. I don't apply plump, clear blemish or whatever. No, none of that. I don't even see smooth. The only thing I just use is just here, that particular option. And I think I whiten my eye too. Oh yeah, my eyes are really bright. So yeah, because my eyes sometimes can be red, so I use that also. Dark circles, do I? Yeah, I use dark circles also because if I'm really stressed, I apply dark circles. Teeth whitening, do I? Oh yeah, I apply teeth whitening. But occasionally, my teeth don't even really show though, so yeah, I just have that as a preset, something I use every time. And yes, color grading. This is like night and day. Very, very important. Color grading actually makes your video look and feel better. I have a base color setting I work with, and you can see the setting right here on the screen. I use this a lot. And the next and final thing is just color grading. Yeah, color grading. I just come to adjust, as you can see right here, adjust. And I come to preset. I have a preset I use already. And I just base. So yeah, I use this for all my videos. I drag all the way to the end. So yeah, and that's literally how I'm able to like edit my YouTube video, even with my iPhone 11. Obviously, there are pros and cons to this. That's what you guys need to know. This is not perfect. There are pros and cons to shooting like this. Number one pro is this. It's very, very easy to start. Pick up your phone, start shooting. That's what you need. You need a phone and you need CapCut Pro on your phone to start shooting. That's it. Con. This script for this video, I did it yesterday. But why? I'm shooting today. And the reason is because of light. Yes, that's the reason. If you don't have good enough light, you cannot shoot whenever you want. So if you have this messy of proper lighting, if the sun is not out, if it's late at night, you cannot shoot. Also, if it's very, very noisy, if you don't have a microphone or whatever, you need good audio.